What was the highest waste of money that you don't regret? $120 for a towel heater. I will never dry off with a cold towel again. $800 for a front seat helicopter tour of Kauai for me and my wife. Totally worth it. The extra I pay in rent for a water view. Completely worth it. Finally found the motorcycle I wanted years ago but could not get. It was not running, but after around dumping $3,500 into it and doing a full frame-up restoration and custom job on it. I have the bike I wanted years ago, but better. Yes, I did everything myself. Full paint job, tank frame, fenders, everything. I also did a full engine rebuild, remade the wiring harness, everything was all done in-house. So I put a touch over $3,000 into a bike that is only worth about $1,500. On a good day, but hell, it is mine and I built it. I got into a stupid fight with my brother, so I found a game he had pledged on Kickstarter, Space Haven, and saw that for $360 I could write a pre-made character bio that would randomly show up. So I pledged it and wrote a character bio with his name and made him a flaming asshole. I have never played this game and don't want to. Spending hundreds of euros on broken musical instruments because they were pretty. I have since bought spare parts and started repairing them. I found my destiny. The summer after graduating high school, I won a decent amount of money playing online poker. Since I wasn't going off to college and all of my friends were, I decided to buy them all ridiculous going away gifts. A carpet, mailbox, toilet seat, etc. were among the gifts. The most expensive and ridiculous gift I bought on a whim was a massive wheel of cheese, somewhere between $200 to $300. Little did I know at the time, that cheese wheel would set off a yearly event called Cheesegiving where our entire, much larger now with spouses and kids, friend group gets together to celebrate and partake in cheesy goodness. This year was our 17th, unfortunately all virtual due to COVID, and I genuinely hope it never ends. I watched somebody bet on all the numbers in roulette. One of the dumbest things I've ever witnessed. €600 for an hour of laps, 3 of 20 minutes each, around the Nurburgring in Germany. It was open in the off-season and there wasn't a single other car near me the whole time. 10/10ths one of the most thrilling experiences of my life. Edit, I rented a car at the track, which is why it was so much. You can bring your own car or rent one there, but they don't allow commercial rental cars. Individual laps were I think €20 each at the time. Dining at a Michelin-starred restaurant in Milan. We had an 18-course meal with wine pairings for like $400 or so. Lego Death Star. I bought the $350 Lego Ghostbusters Firehouse 5 years ago. I was a huge Lego kid in the 1980s and loved Ghostbusters. When they announced the set, I told my wife that I was buying it. Ridiculous expense be damned. It is set up in my home office and will never come down. Pick for those who are it is dusty. We just had work done that made a mess. Due to poor insulation and distance from the water heater, my shower is never properly warm in winter. I just bought a single endpoint tankless water heater for just my shower. Best $150 I ever spent. Could I really afford it? No. Did I need it? No. Do I love it? You bet your sweet bippy I do. A business class ticket on a 14-hour flight. I ate great food and slept like a boss. Made a huge difference to my trip as I didn't need to waste a day to recover. I spent $56,000 on college for a degree I don't use, but I met my husband there, so I really can't complain. If I divide that over the nearly 25 years we've been married and consider that he's the best of dudes, it is a pretty good deal. Exactly 1 year ago I got my private pilot license. So much money went into it, and now it costs a lot of money to keep it, by flying. I don't regret it at all. Very cool feeling to go flying. Edit, to have an excuse to fly, my friend and I started posting flying stuff on YouTube so that we can laugh at ourselves. This may not seem like a lot of money to some, but I weighed 287 pounds, I lost 100 pounds, and my reward was a 300.00 pair of fry boots. I had been drooling over them for years and finally scrimped and saved to buy them. I told my husband it was my food money. Lol. It was actually my cigarette money. I had quit smoking a year before that but still faithfully put away 7.00 a day. I figured that I could always find cigarette money when I smoke, so I will keep finding it to save. I bought a Nintendo Wii that way too. I have never regretted. Using those boots. I love them. Let me add a note, I had help losing the weight. I had lap band surgery, which in of itself is another struggle. The weight came off pretty fast and now it's a bit of a struggle to keep it off. My greatest fear is gaining it back. I have a couple of sisters that had gastric bypass and gained their weight back. So that terrifies me. I am still about a size 14, which to me is healthy. I'm happy with that. GE Opal Nugget Ice Maker. Dang thing cost more than my car payment, but, man oh man, I love Nugget Ice and I use it the heck out of it every day. Friend spent $30 on a jukebox to play I Whip My Hair Back and Forth on loop for an hour in a bar. The bartender unplugged the machine. Travel. I've never regretted spending money on travel. Those are some of my favorite memories. I can't wait to be able to travel again. My older sister is obsessed with the Witcher games, so I paid the main character / Geralt's voice actor to wish her a happy birthday. Edit, I didn't expect this to blow up, holy shit. For those who asked. It was around €40 on Cameo, but I am very broke student. So for me that's expensive. And some people consider it wasted money because it's nothing physical or SMTHNG. Beats me. But yeah, I feel like it's cooler than having her little sister just tell her every year how much she appreciates her. Voice actor seems like a really cool dude. He even made the effort to pronounce her name right. We speak Dutch and it's joke, as silly as that sounds. Edit 2, since a friend told me about my post blowing up, if you know us personally, don't mention it to her. She doesn't use Reddit but her b-day is only in a few weeks. Smile. Edit 3, PFF, so many of these comments are sweet and funny, we'll definitely show them to her on her b-day. I spent about $6,000 on MC/DJ for my wedding. But he was the most professional MC I've ever met. He coordinated all the sound with the videographer, the caterers around the speeches, pre-planned all music and mixed songs to be the perfect length. I didn't worry about a thing on the day. I bought my own tuxedo. It's $1,000 to $1,200 minutes by the time you get good shoes, shirt, bow tie, etc. for it. I hardly wear it, but goddamn do I look good in it compared to a rental. I also spent $20 on a mustard yellow hat that has Big Cheese written in red stitching on it. Only busted out for the really big occasions. Edit, picture of Big Cheese. Apparently you can buy these at a Murray's Cheese shop in some Kroger markets. There is also a link and a comment below to buy online. My first university degree, but it was really my parents' money that I wasted. I don't do anything related to it now. I went back to get the degree that I wanted and everyone told me would be a waste of my potential afterwards. I now work in that field and love it. Moving away from home was one of the best things that happened to me because it allowed me to grow a lot as a person. And also my road bike. $4,000. But I love every second on it. Smile. Just bought a treadmill. There is a perfectly good street outside I could run on, or I could pay for a gym membership for years and years. But now I can get a run in during my daughter's nap time, or when it's cold, or when I only have 30 minutes free and driving to and from the gym would eat up half of my time. I certainly could have made it work without this expense, but I really love it. My first paycheck I bought a $900 wedding cake. Me and my brother had no way to get it home since it didn't fit on our skateboards. We just had a cake fight in the parking lot. My brother passed away shortly after that. I still think about that day whenever I'm sad. $9,000 on a hot tub and its installation. I use it probably 2x a day, and for those 30 to 40 minutes I am almost completely pain-free, sometimes bordering on euphoria. Edit, for those concerned about my procreation opportunities. I don't want any more children except for the four-legged kind. Hopefully my nearly grown children will be able to leave the nest soon, playful face. Also, my children would probably tell you having my DNA is a mixed blessing at best. Edit 2, I should have said those concerned about my fertility. I would almost apologize to those who were offended thinking I was talking about sexual acts. Please know that most of my offensive comments are intentional and I sort of wish I had said something more disturbing. I spent too much money on a big treadmill for a very small apartment. But I've ran 15 to 25 kilometers on it every week for the past several years and it's been incredibly helpful both physically and mentally. Board games, they are expensive, but they bring much joy. Dyson blow dryer. It's worth every penny. I have long hair down to my waist. It only takes me about 3 minutes to dry it.